abusia mi che na mi san so mu akwa abaso nko so abusia fo emfa wo emra channel so ha eda so aye be media je abusia be so wase ene de kon etwa channel so a ye be so be subscribe e de amai bobo notification bell no so for more podcast updates abusia fo lawyer Martin Kpebu, yes, a private legal practitioner and also a member of the oral team Operation Recover All Loots. abusia fo ye ne yani tua battle course between the office of the special prosecutor kisi ejaben any lawyer Martin Kpebu, a lawyer and also a member of the oral team. Abusia fo ene lawyer Martin Kpebu edi nkomo abusia fo wa expose kisi ejaben big time. Yes. Wa expose na ensem keto abusia fo osaso edi nkomo efa $40,000 bia abusia ensem no ano eden. Yes, ensem no ano eden. Yanko ne nkukuti ensem a ode atudwa eda so aye be media gh subscribe like na abusia bo a share na ma abusia bobo notification bell no so for more podcast updates dey tie nkoma abusia ekoso emra sesia.
You were narrating how you had to they brought you your boxer short. Did you change eventually into
you see?
So how did you get out of the NIB facility? How could he? For what exactly? This is how it all happened. Was after he came out to grant an interview to a journalist with Joy News. And what I'm going to show you is a video that was captured by Joy News that actually starts the entire incident. Martin Kpebu is with us in the studio, but this is how it all started. Take a look at this.
So Martin Kpebu is here. He's going to meet an investigative team as part of his third appearance before the OSP. So what are your expectations ahead of this encounter?
That they would get it right this time. Remember, I've been here twice and they couldn't constitute an independent committee. They kept making me appear before subordinates to the special prosecutor. They kept making me appear before subordinates. Subordinates can't investigate their boss. It's incompetence. You see, that's the very thing they did, and then Ofuriatta left Ghana, and that's what they've done on 2 occasions. So today, if I get in there and the board or whoever the committee is not properly constituted, I'm not coming back.
But are you willing to cooperate?
Oh, absolutely. That's not in doubt. It's not. We haven't even reached that threshold at all. Look, let's get it clear. What Mr. Kisi Ejaben has been doing so far, the 2 appearances, is that I should give my information to his subordinates. You, Fatao, can you investigate your boss? Can you investigate your boss? Can you investigate Mr. Kwesichu? Why is that going to happen? And you think you can keep your job? It's ridiculous. So now I understand how he just botched this whole Ofuriatta matter, that he can't even get basic things right. Basic things. You're saying that give information to your subordinate. How is the subordinate going to investigate the boss? Where does that happen? Okay.
Thank you very much. So we would have a conversation. We would have a conversation when you are done with the engagement. So Martin Kpebu is here, and he's going to have a conversation. He's going to have a conversation this very afternoon at the office of the special prosecutor. So when he's done, we can have an extensive conversation as far as this particular engagement is concerned. But clearly, Martin Kpebu said he's willing to cooperate with the officers this afternoon as far as, but counsel, we told that you are not really willing to cooperate. In fact, the last time Sami Daku posted on his Facebook page that you don't want to cooperate with the team. In fact, you were asked some questions, you refused to answer all of those.
Yeah, so I'm surprised Sami Daku is using the word not willing to cooperate. That's
Martin Kpebu there. So I showed you this interview because it was what was cited as one of the reasons. Counsel, just tell us, with what we just saw, you're coming out, granting this interview, you had to move a bit further away. What exactly happened in this? Quick one.
Good. So let's go to just that part. You see, we had to move. You see me beckoning. Whilst we were talking, what you couldn't see in your shot was a policeman, Mr. J, came to tell Fatah Bayarga, the journalist and the cameraman, that summing up, I've told you not to conduct interviews here, so move further. That you see how we moved to the final point, and that was continuous. So move. So though he wasn't talking to me, I felt that, look, as I said, I have solid evidence, so I don't want my case to snowball into side issues. You see, as you sit on TV, you know, sometimes people expect higher standards from you. So I saw that, no, don't argue with the policeman. So you see quickly, though he wasn't talking to me, you see my hand, I'd say move, move. And we moved, though he wasn't talking to me.
Yeah.
So when I was done with the interview, I came in. So I even expected, when I came back into the OSP yard, and the reason, let's be fair to the journalists, the reason the journalists were hesitant was that where we're standing, it's not labeled as OSP. It's an ECG facility. It's an ECG room with machines in there. I don't know what they are. Ordinarily, we say transformer, but I'm not an expert. So let's just say ECG facility with some machines in there.
Okay.
Good. So that's why the journalists were surprised that the policeman was driving us away. But I quickly said, no, just obey, obey, obey. And then we moved. So when I finished and came into the yard, the first person I met was Mr. J, the policeman. And then standing by the security post, he looked at me, I looked at him, then I passed. With hindsight, I think I expected him to commend me that, hey, Councillor, I wasn't even talking to you yet. See how you cooperated. He wasn't talking to me.
Right.
Yet I moved the journalist and the cameraman. So when I walked past Mr. J, maybe 2-3 steps, then I heard you. So you, then I turned. When I turned, it was a soldier. So I'll say a soldier because at that time, I didn't think that there was a second soldier. So a soldier said, you, I allowed you to park here, and then you decide to go out to make conduct media interviews. Next time, I'll not allow you to do that. So I shot back that, which laws have I broken? You can't prevent me. You don't have such rights. Because what have I done wrong? Then he kept quiet. So I continued to move. So by this time, you say maybe 5 meters down the line. Then I heard, as for me, then once again I turned. Then I saw another soldier. Then he continued. As for me, next time you come and do that here, I will show you, pa. And that's a military man, pointing fingers. I'll show you. That's the second soldier, not the first one. I'll show you. It was quite menacing. It was quite threatening. So, you know, naturally, the lawyer in me would not just keep quiet and go. I'm a lawyer. Lawyers, we are trained to ask questions. We are trained to, investigate matters. A lawyer is also an investigator. So I shot back that, what powers do you have? A lawyer is an investigator. Somebody is telling me that next time I'll show you, pa. You say, I want to say, I'll show you pepper. Yeah, that's Ghanaian English. I'll show you pepper. Right? So I tend to say, what powers do you have? You can't do anything. And instead of him to show me the powers, what law, etc., the next thing I knew, he said, I'm a stupid man. You see, we are debating.
I see. So you asked him the question about what power he has.
Yes, what power? He can't do anything. What is it? What power does he have? So it means that show me the law, whatever you're going to. He couldn't do that. You see, when his arguments are finished, then he will turn to insults. When a person cannot argue, he turns to insults. So he now said, you're a stupid man. So I looked at it. I also shot back that he's also stupid. He's an idiot. Yeah, then we kept trading stupid idiot. We traded that maybe 3-4.
Each other.
Yes, that one I'll say. But a distance of about 5 meters between us or more, minimum to be about 5 meters.
I see.
So then one of my lawyers came and grabbed me that we should go. And then we went inside.
Okay.
Yes. And over there, I asked to make a report. So that was it. Nobody arrested me at that point. When we entered the reception, if you're on our way to the reception, you know, it's quite a distance. From the security post to the reception, it can be at least 15 meters minimum. So on our way, we met a police lady coming out. She's one of the persons who will search you. So she'll search females when you get into the reception. Okay. And I told her, Madam, I'm coming to lodge a complaint against these soldiers. But she said nothing to me, and she walked towards the soldiers. So I entered. And when we got into the reception, I told them I wanted to make a report against that soldier, not the two. To be clear, I don't have a problem with the first one because I asked him a question, he didn't answer. That's it. It's the second one, the short one.
I see.
So then at the reception, they said they will help me to make the complaint. It has to be a phone call, so I should sit. So after the protocols, we sat down. But by the time we're going upstairs to go and meet Mr. Abraham Ablomensa, that's the chief of staff of the OSP. At that time, I didn't even know he was the one we were to meet. No, but so let's say before we were going upstairs to meet the persons we were to meet, they still hadn't been able to help me make the complaint. So when we went upstairs and then we were ushered in, it turned out that the persons we met during our second invitation were the same person. That's Abraham Ablomensa. He's the chief of staff of the OSP, and then lawyer Albert Paddington. So when we sat down, did the normal protocols, Then we said, no, the first thing to be addressed is that verbal abuse. The way the soldier has abused me, we want them to deal with it. Long story short, so they agreed and went down. They came back 45 minutes later and said there are counter accusations against me. So since they don't have jurisdiction to investigate that, I should write my statement so that there will be a different administrative panel to deal with that issue. So I agreed. Then quickly I wrote my statement. Afterwards, now we came to the main business for the day, which is that, yes, you are here. We've asked you to come once again, the third time, to present us evidence of the corruption against Kisi Ejabe, etc. And we'll shortly go into at least some of the evidence. Today I'll show you a bit more so that you'll be convinced that I'm not joking. At least at my age, I've done 18 years at the bar. So I won't come and make statements if I don't have any evidence at all. So then we told them, but Mr. Ablomensa, the last time we came here, he wasn't in the first meeting. So the second meeting, he was in charge. The first meeting, can you imagine? As part of their incompetence, the first meeting we went to, OSP brought Albert Akrugu. Albert Akrugu that are accused of conflict of interest, etc. And right now there's a petition against him and Kisi Ejabe as tried. OSP presented Albert Akrugu as the man leading the charges to collect my information to go and investigate.
So you had concerns with that and you raised some of the
Yes, I said, Albert Akrugu, you're a lawyer, you should know. How can you come? I've named you already, so you can't. Then that's how come the first meeting ended. And then we also said we needed an independent body. You can't, you, Albert, you are a subordinate to Kisi, and the other officer on the first day is also a subordinate. So that's how come the first day the meeting ended, because they were not credible. I mean, they are not the credible persons to take my information. Then we came to the second meeting about a week later. And that meeting, that's the one Abraham Ablomensa, the chief of staff of the OSP, and lawyer Paddington met us. Then we raised the same objection that, look, both of you are subordinates to Kisi Ejabe. Kisi Ejabe is your boss. Look, if you exonerate him, we will say, but how can a subordinate investigate the boss? If you find him liable to, we'll say, hey, you have a beef to you have a beef with him, or you have an axe to grind with him. That's how you could find your boss liable. So whichever way, the optics don't look good. So please, let's find an independent body. So it was at the second meeting, not this Wednesday, that we pointed out that, okay, breaking it down in simple English, maybe let us meet the board. At least the board on paper are supposed to be independent of the special prosecutor. I mean, because they are not employees, that angle.
Right.
So that's for starters. But if we met the board, we would come and tell Ghanaians, these are the people we met. And if it turns out that Ghanaians know that, hey, this board member, he brought 10 people to Kisi Ejabe to employ there, etc. If we find out that they've begged favors from Kisi Ejabe, we'll disqualify them. Okay. So me, I know what we're doing. At least I'm a lawyer. You investigate step by step. Right. So we're willing to meet the board. Then they said, okay, we should go. So that was the second meeting. So when we went the third meeting, it was still the same lawyer Paddington and Mr. Abraham Ablomensa. So we said, but last week we came here, we told you that you are subordinates, you can't investigate your boss, blah, blah, and you've called us here. Then they insisted that they can do it. So we said, no, I will not give you the information. I will shortly give you a few here today so that you see that that's just a tip of the iceberg. So they said, no, they would not, for them, it's been decided that they should investigate what concerns the OSP, not the special prosecutor. To be fair to them, they now showed me the distinction that they are to investigate the matters concerning the office, not the special prosecutor himself. So I said, no, most of my allegations are against Kisi Ejabe, and that's how, and those allegations, because when the board, you see, the boss of an institution is the #1 ambassador. So though, like for Ghana, there are ambassadors properly so-called. President Mahama is the #1 ambassador of Ghana. So the head of an institution is ambassador. So when there are allegations against him, it affects the institution. So this distinction is like what we say, a distinction without a difference. So please, no, the value is the same.
Okay.
So that was the end. We said we will not give them the information. Then Ablomensa stepped out and came back 15 minutes later with the policeman to arrest me.
I see. And that was...
And we will soon show that they had no power to arrest me in this instance. OSP.
And they arrested you and took you where?
Yeah, so then they didn't even tell me. I didn't even get an opportunity to call my family. Handcuffed me. But before then, look, let's give 1 minute so that you see the sequence. Before they handcuffed and took me away, what happened was that
Ablomensa went out and came back about 30 minutes later and said that's after the arrest and after I'd written my statement. I wanted to obey quickly because that way you get bail. Kofi or ADG, you are here. If you cooperate ordinarily, you get bail. But if you argue too much, then you argue, they will come and tell the public that when they sought to go through, every lawyer knows that if they say they will arrest you, the next thing after that, generally, though it's not written in hard law, is that write your statement. But if the police are very busy after the arrest, they can grant you bail and then you write your statement later. But this one, you could see that they were on a mission, so don't argue. So I just told the lawyers, come on, let him do the arrest quickly. The policeman was at one. I said, come on, let him come and do. Well, I presume he's a policeman. He's yet to. I'm yet to know. So let's say the OSP officer. So I said, come on, come and do it quickly, so that I write my statement, so that I can ask for bail. So we didn't argue at all. So you see, that's Kpebu. No, you should know when to argue, know when to pick your fight. You don't just fight anywhere. You are in their custody. I mean, yes, practically in their custody. You won't get out, even if you argue 1,000 times. So quickly, he came and then he touched my shoulder. You are under arrest for so obstructing an officer, blah, blah. Then the rest, you to paraphrase, they will say, you are not obliged to say anything, but if you say anything, it will be written down and then presented in court as evidence against you, blah. So when they were done, they said, hey, yes, write your statement. Then quickly, I wrote my statement. So after the statement, grant me bail. Then Abraham Ablomensa said he's going to consult. Presumably his bosses. He's going to consult. So he went. Alberta Kugu, Samidaku, and then Kisi Ejabin. So he went and then came back about 30 minutes later and said, yes, okay, they've agreed to grant me bail. But the condition is that I should bring a property in my name, landed property, in my own name. So it looked very ridiculous. I burst out laughing when I heard that condition, similar to Paul Adumochiri's
landed property in your name.
Yes. You see how life, a few months ago, we were on Paul Adumochiri's case. Somebody said, you see, now a few months down the line, Kpebu, you see, they've given you the same condition. The abuse of Kisi Ejabi and the OSP. So quickly, what happened was that, it looked very laughable. That, a soldier abuses me, I also reply, and now you're saying I should bring landed property. So we said, oh, please vary the terms. Then he said, okay, he will go and consult. He went and came another 15 minutes. You see the delay tactics. He came back another 15 minutes on variation of the bail terms and said, no, they are not willing to vary. So by now, it was around 6:10 p.m. So once I saw that they were not willing to vary, fortunately for me, I've always had an indenture in the office for the past 4 years. I know where it lies. So quickly, I told one of my lawyers that I should go to the office. And my office is just, even if you are walking, about 10 minutes walk, if you are walking from OSP to my, so it's close. If you are driving, it's less. So quickly, Marcel Yunusbia went to the office. But as soon as, when Marcel left, then Ablomensa went out again. He came about 3-4 minutes later to tell us that even if Marcel Yunusbia brings the indenture, they need to verify it, and since it was past 6 p.m., they can't do that Wednesday night. So they would rather send me into custody and continue tomorrow. Then we said, Ablomensa, Martin Kpebu, I'm always here. If you want to find me, you find me TV3, you find me in court, you find me in my office. OSP, you know my office, you've been delivering. How can I run out of Ghana because a soldier insulted me and I insulted? Hey, look, you see there. Mr. Kanse, are you surprised that they are, they did this, and I'm not surprised because people who could allow Ofuriata to travel, they didn't know how to blow their whistle, do a common press statement. Ghanaians, Ofuriata is about to flee Ghana. You see a Jabin who couldn't do that. I'm not surprised that Ablomensa couldn't reason that I would not abscond. So he said even if Marcel Yunusbia brings the indenture, it can't work. So he told Mr. J, the policeman that I obeyed very well at the beginning, he told him to handcuff me. I can mention that he is a policeman because he was in police uniform and his name shows AJ. You know, usually they put only the surname, AJ. Sure. AJ. So AJ handcuffed me, and then next thing I knew, all the pleas for them to wait for myself to bring the indenture didn't work. So then they took me downstairs. To add insult to injury, what they did was that the first soldier whom I asked the question to show me his authority for saying next time.
The one you exchanged your insults with?
No, the first one. The first one. Who did him? He now came. He was the one who came with his gun. It was the one who had to escort me Oh, I mean, come on. So like now we are showing you where power lies. So we went through the elevator and then into a car. As I said, I was not allowed to call my family. We should be doing serious law reforms on that. You arrest a person, the first thing you have to do is let him call his family. Let him call his family. It must be law.
To be aware of what your whereabouts.
Yes.
Because I think that even...
But they've not put it in hard. Profi, you and I went to law school. We're not taught... Maybe today, if you ask me, I can't find it in the law. So bring it more prominently clear that when a person... We are doing that for juveniles. We are doing that for juvenile justice. I've seen a draft bill where it is stated that allow the person, they should call the family. This one, so straight to the middle of nowhere because they didn't tell me where we were going. Then we sat in the car. So I protested that no, I don't see what soldiers are doing in OSP. So I can't have the soldier escort me. So when we got to the gate, Mr. J, the policeman, who was now the driver of the car, asked the soldier to get down. And then they brought a policeman. Hey, if you saw him, he's like the two soldiers combined. You see the way Ghanaians are fixated. Huge, yeah, huge, tall, thick, tall. Now say Bermani. You know, we are so fixated about soldiers. If you saw the policeman, you see that, yes, like what I've been telling you. You know, in the police, they also have SWAT team. If it's strength you are looking for fiscal power and the rest. I'm telling you that policeman is twice. He's the soldier, the two soldiers combined. Is that one policeman?
So they didn't tell you they were taking you to a
they didn't tell me. Then they started driving. Driving, maneuvering through the traffic. Then it got to a point, once we got to Ridge Roundabout, there's a certain road leading to BNI headquarters. So I knew that, I couldn't be sure because you can use it and go to police headquarters. So let's say I still wasn't sure, but I thought that maybe it would be BNI. And lo and behold, because you get to BNI before you get to, that's the headquarters, before you can get to police headquarters. So they entered the BNI headquarters. Then the OSP officer, as I said, he's not wearing uniform. So I can say he's OSP officer. He now went in and then booked. There's a document, blah, blah, blah. So I even thought they were going to put me in that BNI cell. There's a BNI cell at the headquarters. Clients have told me that place is very warm. So a senior Kpebu, Mr. Kpebu, you know, coincidentally, Mr. Kpebu and I attended St. Charles Minor Seminary. So senior, this is why we beg you. They say that cells in the headquarters is very hot. I have a client who left. I was just about writing a letter to him about last week when my trouble started. So Mr. Kpebu, they say the cells in the BNI headquarters is too hot. The ventilation is very poor. Right, so I dreaded it when we entered there. Hey, my stomach started churning. I was like, my client told me that this place is warm. And I said, I'll write to Mr. Kpebu. Now you are going
to face it yourself.
Then thankfully, they didn't make me alight. So then we started the journey. So once we left there, it was clear to me that we are going to Kaokudi. And also from experience as a lawyer, I'm aware that the Kaokudi facility is far better. It's far better.
That's the National Intelligence Bureau facility.
Yes, the Kaokudi one. So, Mr. Kpebu, please, we beg you, the BNI headquarters there, that facility, improve it. Okay. So, then, listen, they took me to the Kaokudi place, and then we alighted, and then they took the handcuffs off, and then they had to process me to put me in the cells. Hey, they brought my gown. Hey, Charlie. But that's when you know that, yes, a reality was beginning to dawn on me that, yes, today you go sleep here. But somehow, I was very confident that...
So they brought you a gown that you
have to. Yeah, you have to change your outfit and wear the gown. Brought me fresh...
When the last time?
The back one. So at the back. They bring you boxes and then, hey, Charlie. Then they put the things down. Then they say I should sit. But of course, before they start changing, you have to go through process. They will process you. You have to fill a lot of biodata, a lot. They will gather a lot because they need to know who they are putting in custody. Everything, your wife and children, your hometown, everything, plenty things. Your parents, whether dead or alive, you have to write where they were. Hey, Charlie, voluminous. So we did. Then afterwards, so there were more processes they were doing. So long story short, they were still in their processes. And then, you know, all this while, I was hopeful that I would be removed, that I'll be released, because it was ridiculous that Kpebu StRïkes was just trying to show me where power lies. And you see, I was a bit traumatized. I said, so a lawyer power can be put in charge of a state institution and he will be behaving like a non-lawyer. That I have a case against you. If Kpebu StRïkes, you think I've defamed you, sue me in court, let's go and deal. You can't use your police powers to arrest me, Kpebu. So I was shocked. And Kpebu StRïkes made first class in University of Ghana. So I was like, And we used to respect Kisi. Hey, those days when we were in Kpebu, Kisi was intelligent. Everybody knew that this intelligent law student. So even at the time of his appointment, even though Martin Amidu pointed to conflict of interest because Kisi Ejabin is a lawyer to Gabi Ochredako and Oforiata, Kisi Ejabin worked for Oforiata. But you know, because we were in school, he was a year ahead, and everybody knew that he was intelligent. At the time of his appointment, he made the first class. I was like, oh no, the guy actually be shocked. He will rise above it. Hey, I didn't know that Amidu would be right. I didn't know. And people will know Kisi Ejabin personally. They met me and say, you people, you don't know this boy. When you say you are...
So that's Edamson, I know on this. But I just wanted Mr. Martin Kpebu to just conclude on the point because Kofi Bento had to leave us. Yes. I had to just quickly,
okay. Oh,
yes,
sorry.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
And because you were narrating how you had to... They brought you your boxer short. Did you change eventually into
no
your outfit?
I was lucky. I didn't change. You see.
So how did you get out of the NIB facility?
Yeah. So to make a long story short, eventually the arguments. You know, even though I was in custody, the arguments continued. That's engaging the OSP. So various forms of engagement, and then eventually he saw the illegality, the folly of what he had done. So they had to let me out. And very soon we'll show. Look, Mr. Okanse, I'm showing you what the mandate of the OSP is. Corruption and corruption-related offenses means then they've listed them. This, their section 69(3) of the OSP Act. It's not part of Kisi Ejabin's mandate. He can't investigate obstructing an officer of the OSP. It's not part of the mandate. It's not part. Do you see in recent times, was it not when Sisla Dapaya's matter came up? He said he had no mandate to do money laundering. So he returned Sisla Dapaya's money. Of course, he will say it's the judge who ordered, but we all know that he didn't fight enough. That's why. Then, just 2 years on, the NPA case comes, and then he's doing money laundering, ostensibly to allow them to escape. After saying Sisla Dapaya's case, you don't have jurisdiction in money laundering. Maybe you go to court for a clarification. You don't go. So how did he get power 2 years on to now say that in the NPA case, he's doing money laundering? I see it as a ruse to allow, what do you call it, those charges for them to be exonerated.
That's how you see it.
Yes, that's and I have grounds.
Has he shown us? Petroleum Authority case.
Yes, you see money laundering charges there. Pull it out. Let Abdallah, producer, pull it out. Number two, you go to the Oforiata case, SML, you see causing financial loss. Causing financial loss. I'm brandishing the law here, Section 79 of the OSP Act. Causing financial loss is called Section 179 of the Act, 29, the Criminal Offences Act. And for viewers, we no longer call it Criminal Code. Its name has changed, Criminal Offences Act. Yes. So that's for the Attorney General. Yet, if you check the Oforiata SML matter, he's charged them with plenty of offenses on causing financial loss, also to cause them to be exonerated. So now, let's go, Mr. Okanse. I have said Kisi Ejabin is corrupt, and he thinks he can show me. I'll show you just a little bit. Let me show you this letter.
When you made that statement, I asked that if you have evidence, if you are called to answer, because we here cannot support with evidence what you are saying.
I'll just show you 2 cases.
Of proof is on you.
I have more than 10, but I'll show you just 2 because we don't have time. Number 1.
The burden of proof is on you.
Let me go ahead. Okanse. Look, 3rd November 2023. After Kisi Ejabin had exonerated Edubuahin, and I'm still to sue them. I'll sue them on that matter separately. I'm still doing the research. Okay, it doesn't matter that it's 2 years.
You're actually going to sue?
Yeah, I'm suing because he says influence peddling is not part of our laws. But go and check. The director of prosecutions at the OSP, Dr. Isidore Tufo, all his students he's taught all these years. He teaches them that it is influence peddling is part of the law. Today, he's director of prosecutions in the OSP, and Kisi Ejabin is telling him that there's no part. I mean, what I mean is that we lawyers generally have understood that influence peddling is part of our law. But Kisi, in order to just free Edubuahin, and I'll show you the allegations of what he benefited from that one. But let me start, the one that is written. Please project it. 3rd November 2023. Kisi Ejabin, after saying Edubuahin did nothing wrong, he didn't breach the laws, right? Okay. Now I wrote to Charles Edubuahin. He says, you are directed to disgorge yourself of the cash amount of 40,000 United States dollars you received as a gift from the undercover agents who undertook the documentary by depositing the cash sum at the OSP. Cash. Kissie Jabin is asking for that money cash. OSP, don't they have an account? Why is Kissie Jabin asking for that money cash? Why is Kissie Jabin asking for that money cash? Has Kissie Jabin revealed to us that he asked Edubuayin to bring the 40,000 and Edubuayin didn't bring it? Which law did Kissie Jabin use to make that demand? Which law did Kissie Jabin use? Look at him. Look, Mr. Okansi, I won't put out. Anyway, he signs publicly, so his signature is out there. This is it. He signs documents publicly.